I'm Jessica Burbank, and I never listen to None Taken.
The following program contains material that is just too cute. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm very tired.
Yeah, it's a lot of podcasting last 48 hours.
It's been a lot of podcasting with a lot of stress.
Yeah, your cortisol spiked.
Yeah, everything didn't record. And then despite all this time that we had between this moment here, I forgot to get my opening little cheesesteak up to the top of the list. So I don't have anything. You know what? I was going to... this is not... I don't think that's the way we should open the show. I don't think we should open the show with this. It's a bad joke.
Well, are we doing it or not?
I think I have to because I don't have anything better.
We're
I
here
had
now.
something, but I lost it. Yeah, I'm here.
I wrote it. I got to read it.
And I got to do. Podcast must go on. I don't think this is the show that we release on the day of us trying to brag about our guest. I don't think this is.
She's probably going to listen to this. We're going to look unprofessional.
I don't think this is the type of joke we should make when a lady joins the show.
I know.
This is. I was going to give some advice to our male listeners because we know in general
like giving advice.
it's not for women. This show's not for women, apparently. I know I had a different thing that I wanted to start the show with, but now I can't find it, and all I'm left with is a really crude joke.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Quite unfortunate.
Well, I was going to ask you this. I guess this one's not. I don't think it's that funny though. You think Donald Trump's ever dribbled a basketball before?
I think he's probably dribbled on a basketball. I don't know if he's ever actually dribbled a basketball.
Okay, you know what? That's way better than I was.
Does that work?
That works. That works.
Okay.
Why the fuck not? Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll save my crude joke for one of those other shows that nobody listens to, but not this one.
Not this one.
It's advice for dating.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Don't dribble on your basketballs. That's the advice.
No. Mine was going to be advice for dating. How to talk to girls.
Oh, okay. No, do tell.
Well, I feel like if you wanted to really impress a girl, but you don't want to just out and out say you're packing, you got a big old hog, right? Because that's
right.
too
forward.
Yeah, it's too forward. Yeah. It's just let them kind of interpret it, So you got to imply it without saying it. Right. So I feel like a good way to imply to a woman that you have a big dick is to say that you can suck your own dick. Because I'm really flexible.
It's very subtle. It's very subtle.
I was thinking about this in yoga because I can. There's this point in yoga where they're reach your toes. You don't have to touch your toes, but and I can I've always been very flexible. I'm able to put my wrist past my heels, kind of I've always been very flexible because I did taekwondo and I did swimming. I always lean sports,
Right.
And then I went through puberty, and that didn't help. Not that I've tried. Not that I've tried, Alan.
You got to take one of those ribs out, like Marilyn Manson.
But I think that, or the McRib. But I think that, like Ronald McDonald. But I am not as blessed, and I know that, right?
Okay. All right.
But I know that the reason I can't do it isn't because I'm not flexible, is what I'm trying to say, right? So if you really pack it, you're look, I'm not even that flexible, but I can do it. I feel like this is a good way to brag.
I don't if you're trying to be subtle, I don't think that's subtle at all. That's very not subtle.
I think you're leaving a lot on the table to be interpreted.
Really?
Okay. Yeah. You know what? We should have done the Chris Hansen opening clip because I have a Chris Hansen. What if Chris Hansen was from the 1930s? I'm going to start this fucking podcast.
Okay.
Let's see. Did I unmute it? That would be great if I didn't fix it. Hold on. Let's find out. Of course, I didn't unmute it every fucking time. What else could go wrong? Tell your friends about this podcast. I unmuted it. Why is it doing this? It's playing shenanigans on me.
Shenanigans. Oh,
I don't understand. Oh, it's up at the top now.
They
changed. You know what, Alan? Instagram changed their format on us.
God damn it, Meta.
Okay, you ready? We're going to start a podcast.
Okay, let's do it.
Well. Sir, are you aware that the woman that you came to meet here tonight is black?
Oh, no.
Y'all let me in this damn house.
1930s.
I wasn't expecting that.
Welcome to Friday Headlines edition of None Taken. Where me and my co-host talk the news at you. I'm Dustin Abaggi. I'm here. Nope, I'm Cred from Nashville. Alan's in Washington State. And we watch way too much and listen to too many podcasts and news. So you don't have to. But first, it's Friday, and on Friday, we have a tradition.
So, another Friday is upon us. What'll you be doing, Smithers? Something gay, no doubt.
What?
You know, light-hearted, fancy-free. Mothers, lock up your daughters. Smithers is on the town.
Exactly, sir.
Exactly, sir. I'd like to ask you if everything in the last 5 minutes is right up your alley. Head on over, and you haven't already. Head on over to nonetakenpod.com where you can join the Patreon. And what you get when you join the Patreon, well, let me tell you, buddy. We've been podcasting for 4 hours already today, and none of that. You haven't heard none of that. Because all that was Patreon material. We had a super duper guest on. Jessica Burbank was on, and we did a hidden track. We didn't skimp on the hidden track. We gave you a full hidden track, even though we did full extra show. And you'll get the Jessica Burbank interview. You get all our bonus interviews that we do there, and you get that. You know what? For the People's Champ price for $3 a month. You can join at a higher level, and many people do because I think they recognize the value of what we're giving. But we don't expect you to. Just we want to make it a price that you can join at. I think in our mind think that we're going to make up for it in volume, but we forgot about the fact that it's a very niche group of people that don't get persuaded by the Tucker Carlsons and the bullshit peddlers. So. I know. So it's a small group of people already, and we're trying to make up of that in volume with a low price. But nobody says we're businessmen, Alan. But we will say that we appreciate every one of you that appreciates what
Hell
we're
yeah.
doing. So all the people that are in the Patreon, that are keeping the show going, thank you very much. And if you've been on the fence, it's at nonetaken.horse. It's a real website. So that's a real website that we paid for with our Patreon money.
It was a steal though. It was a good value.
It was a good value. So go to nonetaken.horse and you can join the Patreon and you get all the extra content. And like if you want to watch what we're doing, you can see that everything that we do has a video there. There's also a separate RSS that goes right into your podcast player. You can just listen to us. That's how I like to consume podcasts. There's other things there's things on nonetaken.horse. Alan will tell you about it.
Yeah, we got a merch store over there. You can buy mugs, you can buy T-shirts and hoodies. If you join at the highest level, Dustin will send you a T-shirt.
Or I can forget about that and not do it for months, and you can be really way too polite, and then DM in the group chat that there's something that you wanted off of like this Afghan. So there's these people that get surplus stuff from Afghanistan in crates sent to them. Okay. And Bob shared that in the group chat saying like, man, when I get paid, I'm going to get one of these hats. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give him a little surprise because I have his address. But I was like, I'd better double check his address. He's like, dude, thank you so much. And in my head, I'm like, that's a nice little surprise to a friend of mine. We're friends. And then he goes, dude, that's awesome. That makes up for you not sending me the shirt when I joined. I was like, I don't even remember you telling me that. You could tell me twice. If I forgot, just tell me. I still haven't sent all those stickers out. I look at them. They're right here. But
you got to send out the stickers.
Alan,
you got to
send the point. I know. I got to send the stickers out. I'll do it this week.
Nonetaken.horse. Or nonetakenpod.com for all your none-taken needs. Like Dustin said, all the stuff's over there. All your none-taken needs are at nonetakenpod.com or nonetaken.horse.
You're going to confuse them. You're going to think it's nonetakenpod.horse. It's nonetaken.horse. That's the best place to get anything you need regarding nonetaken is at nonetaken.horse.
Yeah, we're doing our best to confuse our listeners.
I'm turning into the pre-taped call-in show guy. Don't fuck this up, please.
Nonetaken.horse for all your none-taken needs. Also, don't forget, support the people that support us. Slicketsdigital.com for all your SEO and marketing needs. Slicketsdigital.com. And Jeff Hancock Photography for all your cock photography. JeffHancockphotography.com. That's
nailed
easy
it, Alan. You nailed it.
All right, we got a lot to get to, so let's get to it. I have headlines about Iran, but there's so much happening. This shit is spinning like...
We're talking about shit up to the minute as the time that we're recording, which means by the time that this comes out on the Friday show, this will be slightly behind, although this is just a constantly developing thing. The people that are in the Patreon are going to get this immediately when we post this, but I think we should talk about what we know at this time. I think that is the first...
All right, I'm going to start with the older stuff first, and then we'll start there and we'll go in reverse.
Not that I agree with that, but it's your show.
So Israel said its military killed Iranian intelligence minister Esmail Tlaib. Iran confirmed the deaths, and they also killed Larijani, which is the person I was talking about yesterday that they had killed. Larijani is the commander of the besieged forces, which we talked about on the Cody Patreon show. So if you listen to that, you know about.
Oh, these are the people up in the hills.
Yes, well, all over the place.
Oh no, these are the militias that were killing.
Yeah, essentially, this was the regime's enforcers. These are the people who mowed down the protesters.
Yeah,
when the government told them to, right? And so he was the commander of that force. He was also seen as something of a bridge between like the IRGC and other sort of elites in the country. And as I said yesterday, like them killing him just makes things worse. We're just getting more, like there's only more hardliners.
More
below.
hard-ons. Yeah.
More hardliners below. Yeah. So yeah, this is not good. And I'll just read a few of the newer headlines. Again, it feels like things are definitely spinning out of control here.
Yeah, I was desperately looking for a show opener when you were looking through these headlines right before we did this, and you were just like apoplectic. You were like trying to start sentences and then being like, I guess I'll talk about this on the show, and then also just repeating the same thing over and over again about how bad it is.
Yeah. All right. So
this is week 3. This isn't like okay.
Yeah. Drone and
well, thank God there's only 2 more weeks of the war.
Well, Trump said we already won, but Iran's being so unfair. Drone and missile attacks targeted energy facilities in Qatar and Saudi Arabia on Wednesday after Iran vowed retaliation for strikes on the...
Is this the one, the Qatar one is the one where it hit like the north side of an oil field and the south side is Qatar's...
Right. Yes.
Same oil field though, right? They burnt the top of your alcoholic milkshake. I burn your milkshake. That was an oil field reference in the movie. That's what they're doing, right?
Oh,
if you have a little whiskey float on the milkshake,
the milkshake.
Iran is burning your milkshake.
Yeah. Attacks on Iran's largest natural gas source could deepen an already severe domestic energy shortage and immediately affect Iran's neighbors. I don't think I knew this. Iraq normally gets 1/3 of its natural gas from Iran, and they've cut that off. I was surprised that Iraq
I didn't think they did anything together. Yeah,
I didn't think that was
a lot's changed in the last couple decades.
That's true. Anyways, so that's the largest gas field, I believe, on the planet that they hit. So that's pretty...
The Israel hit in Iran?
Yes.
Okay. But then at the same time, Iran is hitting... Wait, no. Who hit the one that was... Okay, so Israel hit the one in Iran.
And then Iran hit the ones in Qatar and Saudi Arabia as retaliation.
Wait, stop.
Okay.
So Iran hit the Qatar ones.
Yes. And Saudi.
And they hit Riyadh, right?
Yes.
Okay, so by the time we're talking, is Riyadh sending forces into Iran? Because that was like... Iran, Saudi Arabia said so. They said that if they have major infrastructure hits, things like that, they will send forces in.
As of right now, that has not been confirmed, but there is speculation that the U.S. is going to go in and secure the Strait of Hormuz, and that's going to mean boots on the ground. They've already softened up the coast, right? We talked about that yesterday.
Yeah.
And so
that is the thing, is like they're staging for a huge military presence.
And people are speculating that the Saudis could.
Are they just going to coat the whole coast with semen? Be an adult, Alan.
I think it's Marines, not Navy.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Are they going to actually like boots on the shore?
That's the speculation. I don't see any other way to do it. Like this is where you get mission. Yeah, this is not good.
What about Karg Island?
So that would likely be the jump off point, right? They'd probably start there and then go to the coast.
Okay, all right.
At least 3 Palestinians were killed and several others wounded during a missile attack in the West Bank, Iranian missile attack in the West Bank. And then
they were trying to hit
Israel. And they hit the West Bank instead. Maybe because the missiles were intercepted by Iron Dome.
Yeah.
Not sure.
Okay.
Then Abu Dhabi said the authorities had responded to incidents at the Habshan gas facilities and at the Bob oil field.
Bob Foster?
Not Bob Foster. Caused by debris from missile interceptions. operations at the gas facilities, one of the world's largest gas processing plants, have been suspended. So we're already seeing energy prices spike because of this, because of the close of the Strait of Hormuz. And this is why I was apoplectic when I was reading all this stuff.
I'm feeling it now.
Yeah.
This God. Jesus
even,
Christ.
Fuck, man. We learned nothing. Well, we did. The president didn't, obviously. So yeah, that's where we are as of today, as of recording. So obviously, when you guys are hearing this on Friday morning, a lot of things will have happened since then, but that's where we are today, as of recording. All right, you want to hit number 3?
We're on day 19 of the Iran war.
20. That was yesterday, so it's 20
Okay.
today. Yeah.
Where are we at? Is this where I'm reading? Or am I down here? The House? We're talking about the House?
Yeah.
House Oversight Committee subpoenaed Attorney General Bondi. That's how you say it with the Aussie accent. Attorney General Bondi. Bondi. I'm not really an Aussie. She must appear April 14th to testify regarding the DOJ's handling of the Epstein files. Oh, fun. We get to, well, I hope the Dow's up by the time she gets back there. Otherwise,
Hopefully it's at 50,000 so she could have that in her back pocket.
She's in a lot of trouble, man.
So she testified in a closed door committee.
What? When?
Today?
What?
Today.
Really?
Yeah, she
Why?
did. Because
Why closed doors?
okay,
whatever.
I think it's because it's a Republican-led committee. Anyways, so she testified there.
Is this one on the 14th going to be televised?
Well, it would be if she shows up. So her office is saying that, like, you don't need to subpoena me. Like, I'll come talk to you. I'm already doing that. Like, you don't need to do that. And the Democrats are saying, yeah, but then you're not under oath if you just come talk to us and you can lie. We don't trust you.
Yeah.
And so they came. Actually, the Democrats left the meeting or that hearing early and went and did a little mini press conference about it and said, look, we still want her to come when she's subpoenaed to be here and she's supposed to. So we'll see if it actually happens and what would come from it. I mean, given her past testimony, I don't know that anything will come.
I think her last testimony got us to here, so I think it's actually
true.
good. So when you talk about it, nothing good coming from it, this is only happening because she did so
poorly.
She was so
Well, also because
abstinent.
she kind of threw Trump under the bus, which is the one thing.
When did she throw him under the bus? That was Tulsi. That was the lady that got fired. That was Dog Killer. What did she throw Trump under the bus for?
Christine. Wait, we're talking
Chrissy
about
Nome was the one. That threw
Bondi. You're right. I'm getting things confused.
Okay. That's okay. It's been a lot of podcasts.
It's been a lot of podcasts.
But perhaps she may, right?
She might. It could happen.
She might.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. Okay. Illinois held primary elections. Lieutenant Governor.
Really?
Yeah. Juliana Stratton, Democrat, and former state GOP chair Don Tracy won nominations. This is the Dick Durbin seat, he's retiring. So the Democrat ran on single-payer health care and a $25 minimum wage. The Republican...
Wow, it was 15 like a week ago. 25?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Wasn't it Fight for 15?
That was years ago, man. That was
Was it, though?
It was.
It was like 2020.
That's 6 years ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You're right. It should be $10 more. It should be 2/3 of the 15
Have
more.
you seen this inflation, man? Have you seen it? That was actually... Yeah.
I
anyways.
will fucking fight people if minimum wage people get $25. I'm actually, there's a line on this that I'm not okay with.
Okay.
Like, that's bullshit. Like, that's no.
Anyways, the Republican tried to sort of distance himself from Trump and sort of say he's more of a centrist and that Juliana Stratton is far left, with these progressive agendas. And that's how he's positioning it. It seems like in Illinois, it seems likely the Democrat would probably win, but we won't know that. Yeah, we won't know that for a while. All right. Number 5 is you.
Johnny Five Alive. A federal judge temporarily blocked the CDC's recent reduction. Oh, this is good to hear, right? Mm-hmm. So the changes of the vaccine schedule that the unqualified dipshits at the CDC changed.
Yeah.
So remember, they kicked off that board. They restaffed them with people that are just brainwashed with RFK's fucking brain-worn bullshit. Mm-hmm. And then they did recent reductions of the universal child vaccine recommendations, as well as HHS Secretary Kennedy appointments of 13 members to its vaccine advisory panel. Wait, so so the judge blocked the members of the panel?
Yeah, this judge kind of went pretty hard in this ruling.
Did they go too far? Like, is it
I
gonna
don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so, but we'll see. I'm sure, obviously, it's going to be appealed. But the judge said, look, like all these people you put in place weren't properly vetted. They don't have any of the skill set you're supposed to have to be here. That's been, the sort of the precedent that had been set previously in the CDC.
Yeah. This is what I was saying when I called them dipshits and slandered
Yes,
them.
yes.
You're actually making a good point. Yeah.
Yes. So he said all that, said, they changed the amount of vaccines for children that they were supposed to get their first few years. He said that was bullshit. So basically reverse everything that has happened almost since Kennedy has been in place. So obviously this is not the end of the story, but it's, I included it because I haven't seen it in the news very much. And I think it's important that we're starting to see courts push back on this administration in some level.
Okay.
All right. These next two are older headlines, but we hadn't talked about them on the show. And so I wanted to include them. An armed man rammed a vehicle into
An armband?
armed man
Okay.
rammed a vehicle
I'll stop making jokes.
into a synagogue in Michigan before being fatally shot by security. The FBI is probing the attack as an act of violence against the Jewish community. The suspect was a naturalized U.S. citizen born in Lebanon.
Is this the one where his family members have been killed by the IDF in Lebanon?
Yeah, he had two, I think it was older brothers who were recently...
I'm not saying it justifies killing people in Michigan because they're Jewish. I'm saying that's... People will do irrational actions based off of horrific events. And it's nobody's fault that suffered from this. And that's the part that pisses me off.
Right.
I can understand an irrational person behaving violently towards the community that they see responsible for it. I think it's wrong. I need to be really clear that I think it's wrong.
Yeah, obviously.
But it's wrong. I don't think that just reporting this and not that, including that context.
Well, I want to add one more piece of context.
Pizza?
One more piece of context. Am I? Okay.
No, I'm drunk.
Okay. One more piece of context. Reportedly, the family members that he lost in Lebanon, his two older brothers, were members of Hezbollah.
Oh, no good. No good.
That's not good. However,
they are also like a political party.
I was going to say, similar to Hamas, there's different levels to what that means, right?
Yeah,
like,
we don't know that. I don't need to give this guy the benefit of the doubt.
No, we don't know that, but I just
look. This guy does not deserve the benefit of the doubt. We are presenting the facts. And when we start saying maybe they were the good guys, that's where it gets a little bit.
I'm not saying maybe they're the good guys.
I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you are.
Right.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we don't know. But just to add context to the story. All right.
And regardless, these people just trying to worship their God,
it's horrific.
Give it some time. Here's how these stories become conspiracies. When the news breaks, you learn everything, and then you forget some of it, and then people reintroduce the things you forgot in the conspiracy context. So a few weeks before this took place, they had practiced an active shooter drill in that synagogue where they, the sheriffs or the police, were practicing for a scenario where somebody rammed into the building. So that will get,
conflated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Former Army National Guard member killed one person, wounded two other at Dominion University. We opened fire on ROTC class. Smooth move, dipshit. This is tragic. The professor was an accomplished soldier, military expert, and teaching a class to these ROTC kids. And they all, students, I shouldn't call them kids. And the students subdued the man with the gun and stabbed the fuck out of him to death. To death?
They killed him.
I'm torn where I want to like give those people a lot of credit for just being ruthless when somebody makes an idiot. Like, who the fuck thinks that you're going to go into an ROTC class and commit violence? Like, I get it was a suicide mission, but like, wouldn't you rather be more effective than go into the place where all the people are being taught to kill people?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of wrinkles to this story. So this individual had formerly been in this ROTC class. He had served in the military. think he was from Suriname or Senegal, one of those.
Yeah, an African country, right?
Yeah,
It was Senegal.
I think it was Senegal. He had
Although
been.
I think I might be getting that confused with the Austin guy.
Oh no, he was definitely from one of those. I think it is Senegal.
Okay.
But he had been caught up in. He essentially thought that he was sending $500 to ISIS, but really it was like an FBI agent kind of thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so he had been imprisoned.
Oh, no, that was before. That was like in the 2010s.
Yeah, and so he had
Yeah.
been imprisoned for that.
Yes.
And then for some reason, they let him out early. and
Yeah,
that's
during the Biden administration.
unclear why that happened because it's not supposed to. His sentencing was lower than expected as well, so it's
Yeah.
very unclear how all this happened. But
I think that if it turns out that there was the people should be held accountable for that one. Like,
Yeah.
But
also
again,
on the flip
we don't
side of
know
that,
enough yet.
you have Laura Loomer tweeting stuff like "I was right." We need to round up all the Muslims, kind of thing. Which
Yeah.
is like fucking,
You might as well get the Somalis in there while you're doing it, right?
fucking horrific. All right.
Yeah, we're both from the same continent. Am I wrong?
Yeah. Cuba restores power after 29-hour blackout amid U.S.
Not the first time they've done this. Plus, most Irish have spent at least close to that long over the last day. Most American Irish, I should say.
29 hours without power.
Blackout.
I see what you mean. I got you. Yeah, this was the fucking whole island, the whole thing. It wasn't like just areas.
It's not the first time that's happened, though.
Yeah, 29 hours is a lot. So I think Scheinbaum had something today. That she was saying
President of
that
Mexico?
Yeah, that she was they were gonna send some oil over there. That it was unfair what the U.S. was doing to them. But this is
people are suffering. I don't think that
Yeah.
I think that
So-
a humanitarian gift should be in order.
I mean, the Trump administration and the Cuban government both say that they are now having some sort of talks. I don't know what that looks like. Maybe it's Jared fucking Kushner. I don't know. But like trying to this situation is becoming untenable. I think for the Cuban government and for the Cuban people. Like
Yeah,
it's
but
just,
we're saying that they need to get rid of their president as a response to it.
and then what?
And exactly, yeah.
It's like the fucking okay.
We put Delcy Rodriguez and Marco Rubio in charge, and
Maybe
so
we
they're
can-
making promises to Cuban Americans saying that you're going to be able to invest in Cuba, which I think was how things were under the Obama administration. It feels like we're going back to Obama things, but just not saying Obama when we do it.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I remember when Obama opened up tourism to Cuba because one of my bosses went there for vacation. And I was like, that's fucking weird. And he was like, I had a great time. Like, I'm sure you did, but do you understand what you're doing? Like, what's happening?
Why?
What?
Why?
Because you're supporting a communist regime, like a regime that is like enslaving its people almost. Like,
Yeah, to go to there to visit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like to visit Cuba.
Would you know what? I thought about it, but then the implications were like, I don't know. If
I literally never thought of it that way.
I don't want to support that. All right. I think it's you. 9.
Okay, well, I'm working on a show cover, Alan. Afghanistan said that Pakistan had an airstrike that killed more than 400 people at a Kabul hospital. That's a lot of people in a hospital. But Pakistan denied the claim, saying it was Jennifer Aniston.
So, all right. So Reuters is now apparently behind a paywall. Also, the BBC
What?
is too. So now
BBC has always been behind the paywall, Alan.
Well, that's a different kind. But so like a lot of these links now I can't actually read. So I looked for trying to figure out what Reuters was talking about here. The only thing I can find is that Pakistan hit a drug rehab center in Afghanistan.
That is true. That is the one. That's what this was about.
That's the one. And
Yeah.
I think
I
Reuters,
saw that from the New York Times, I think.
Yes, this is the article I put here is New York
I see
Times. So I think that Reuters is conflating that into saying it was a hospital, which I guess
400 people. It makes
close
sense.
enough.
There's a lot
The
of
New York Times says it's more like confirmed like 80 people.
Oh, really?
Although
You're saying Reuters is making this up?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I appreciate you digging into this.
Yeah. But there were people showing up at this rehab saying like, look, my uncle, we just put my uncle here like last week. He has family. He's supposed to get out in a month or something. And now we don't know where he is. So Pakistan is saying that no, we wouldn't target it. We only target military installations, right? And so I think this might be similar to that girls' school in Iran, where whatever their targeting software they were using was like, so because the Taliban have like recycled a bunch of old buildings that the U.S. had there that were for housing, Defense Department stuff.
Yeah,
and
not to mention military equipment.
Sure, well, that too. They've made them into schools or like.
Oh, I hear you. So these things were part of like bases or things that the U.S. had built. So Pakistan is like, that's a bad spot,
right?
And they're like, no, we turned this into. Well, they you know what they didn't turn it into? We know for a fact they didn't turn it into a girls' school.
We know that for sure. I think we've covered that ground.
I made a cheesesteak about that.
Yeah. So as far as I can tell, that's what's happened here. It still sucks and it's still shitty. And the fact that we got stuff popping off in Afghanistan and Pakistan with everything else happening in the Middle East is just like, fuck, man. It's just getting worse and worse. All right. China adopted an ethnic unity law requiring government bodies, businesses, social organizations, and schools to promote a common consciousness of the Chinese nation. While mandating,
like as in Han or like any,
yes.
Okay,
mandating Mandarin education in schools. So this is affecting like Uyghurs a lot, Mongolians. So basically, they're saying that you can't do any sort of education for kids in a language other than Mandarin, and that hadn't been the case before. They're also cracking down. Like there's a guy that made a social media platform specifically for Uyghurs, and he got disappeared essentially.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Was it like a playoff of Twitter?
Oh, I didn't get the name.
Do you see where I'm going with this?
I have some idea.
Every time I hear Uyghur, I think of. Now you don't hear it very much anymore. Back when we were a kid, there was a phrase.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's like Witter, but Uyghur. You get it.
I get it.
Okay, I won't say it.
Don't say it.
Everybody wants to say the N-word.
It's the W word, Alan.
Right.
The W word. Yeah.
That one had a hard R too.
Did. Yeah. Nobody said wigga. Damn it. God damn it, Alan. Fuck. Write that down.
Coaxed it out of you. So yeah, this is. I mean, it's just a further escalation, I guess, of them trying to homogenize a society which is composed of lots of different ethnic groups. They're doing it in Tibet. They're doing it in all these various places. Yeah, it sucks, but here we are. All right, number 11.
Wait, what do you think about this? You like it?
Hold on.
It says, "I burn your milkshake."
I like it. Yes, I like it.
That's what I've been doing.
Nice.
Sorry. Gotta save time, man. I'm very sleepy.
Yeah.
I might not post this till tomorrow. I'll make the robot do its thing. What am I on, 11?
You are on 11.
NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang,
Mm-hmm.
said the company's GTC developer conference that NVIDIA expected more than $1 trillion in AI chip sales through 2027. Yahoo to the other companies that are giving you money for the other things.
Yeah.
That was one thing that really was kind of eye-opening for me with our interview with Burbank, where she was like, I don't think that, what did she say? She doesn't think there's going to be an AI bust, but she thinks that there will be a failure and the government will bail them out.
And through the bailout, use that to take over the companies.
That was what it was. She was like, I don't think the government's just going to take over the AI companies. They're going to wait for a bust and then have the bailout buy them out.
Right. Which I think there certainly is a bubble here. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of it's just a matter of who wins and who loses, right?
Yeah.
At the moment, it looks like Anthropic is the leader, but we'll see. Yeah. So now NVIDIA is now the highest valued company in the world, something like $4.6 trillion, I believe.
That's so many.
Yeah.
Was
Remember
like
when
just a
Apple
couple
hit
years,
$1 trillion?
Like we were doing a podcast then.
Yeah.
Okay,
crazy.
maybe $25 an hour does make sense when you put it like that.
They at the same conference they introduced their new GSII. So a different chipset that they're the actual gaming like process GPU, right? Used for gaming, not AI. and that thing has gotten panned. They are like the
Oh,
gamer
really?
community is fucking saying this is total dog shit. Like, so what it is they're using AI to improve graphics essentially. But if you look at even their little trailer where they show it, it's like that's not better. Like it's shittier. And like
Well,
a lot of,
are we getting to the point where the eye can't perceive the difference, or no?
no,
it's
you
still-
can you can definitely tell. And even the people doing the digital artists are like, why even buy digital art if you're gonna fuck it up like this? Like, just don't bother. Like, it sucks. So they've been completely panned on these new graphics chips, which I think is very funny, because they almost aren't a regular GPU manufacturer anymore. They don't really like AI is so much of their business.
So do I understand you right saying that they kind of went back to what they initially did? It turns out this was a GPU company that
Right.
graphics processing
Graphics cards.
unit
They made graphics cards.
that got adapted into those.
Well, it
turned
turns out
to be
that the
best-
math
those
that
turned out to be the best way to make AI.
Yes. The math that graphics cards could do turned out to be the best way to make and to enable
LLM.
AI. Yes. And so they sort of have pivoted to that, but they've never stopped being a graphics card manufacturer. Like they've
Yeah.
always been sort of cutting edge. And this most recent one, everybody's like, this fucking sucks.
This is
It's
like AT&T being like, "Let me make you a phone." And you're like, what? And, well, we don't have screens on our phones now. Like,
Right.
this is a princess phone. Like, yeah, but it looks how pretty it is. Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, I think that's amusing. All
is
right,
fun.
Arizona filed the first criminal charges against Kalshi, accusing the prediction market platform of operating an unlicensed gambling business and taking election bets.
Is that the one that's
barred.
allowed to be in the U.S. or is Polymarket one of them?
So
Kalshi's allowed.
Kalshi is in the U.S. I think Polymarket is based in a foreign country, but you can still access it here.
You got to have a
Proxy
VPN.
server. So Arizona's like, no, you can't do this. This is illegal gambling. All these companies have always said like, no, we're not gambling. We're just sort of like letting people say, I think this is going to happen, or I think that's going to happen, which sounds like gambling to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's a number
But
of
it
states.
is gambling.
It is, obviously.
Is that a problem?
Well, only if they're not licensed to be a gambling
You
company.
got to have a
And-
license to be able to gamble.
Yes, you do.
I mean, fuck off.
Well,
You can
I mean,
tell
all
me
right.
whether I can be the exchange for you to make a bet.
Oh, the libertarian comes out.
I just either gambling's wrong or the government. Oh, so it's okay if the government says you can gamble.
Yes,
Okay.
you paid your dues, and they say you can't bet on elections. Also, I mean, Caesars has like a gambling thing like outside of the Arizona Diamondback Stadium where you can bet on baseball. ESPN has a gambling site, right?
Yeah,
Like,
do you remember when there was that huge sports gambling scandal and ESPN was like, well, we can't report on this.
Right.
These are all of our ads. We're about to go to commercial for the companies that these people are
Right.
using.
And now if you watch ESPN, they give you the spread. Like they just tell you
Yeah.
like what the points
Yeah.
are. Yeah, pretty wild. Anyway, so Arizona's like, no, you can't do that. I think there's other states doing similar things. I don't know. I think that the company's argument, these prediction market arguments aren't going to hold up in court. And so we'll see how that goes. But that's my intuition at the moment.
You think that their argument won't hold up in court?
Yes, I think
Yeah.
that the states can win and say, no, this is not legal for you to do.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Do I have to talk more?
Yeah, you got 13.
The Senate passed 89-10, a bill aimed to increase housing affordability. The bill heads to the House. So this was the one where Elizabeth Warren was like, "This is great. That's a really good Elizabeth Warren impression. This is gonna break down. This is gonna make sure that BlackRock can't buy all the houses anymore, which is
Right.
great." But then they said there was like a lot of modifications in it, which I didn't understand. Like,
There's
it
so
did-
much. So
does
first
that
of all, if the companies already own the houses, they don't have to sell them.
Should have stopped
there-
them. How are you going to make them do that?
Yeah, I suppose. There's a whole bunch.
Fuck it up. I'm not going to.
There's a whole bunch of iterations here. So just first of all, I don't think it's going to pass the House. A lot of
What?
House. Yeah, a lot of because going back to the House, the House
No, I
passed a similar bill like 6 months ago or something, which didn't pass the Senate. Now the Senate's come up with a new bill. It's going back down to the House. The House, I don't think, is going to pass it. And even if they do, Trump says he won't sign anything until the SAVE Act gets passed. So it's probably it's moot at this point.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And I mean, when he said that, we're like, what do they ever pass anyways? So why
They
does
never
that
pass
even
anything,
matter?
right?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. The Trump administration launched Section 301 probes into 60 economies over alleged failures to block forced
Is this the
labor.
are these the new tariffs?
Yes. And then they also launched trade probes into 16 other trading partners.
So the whole deal was you can't just do your tariffs willy-nilly because you say so because of IEPA. And he says, that's fine. I can do it as long as we launch probes into these countries. So now they launched the probes to justify the tariffs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Move on then. I think I covered it, Alan.
I think you did. In fact,
Oh.
you know what? You might think there might be some knock-on effects from all this. Why don't you hit
Like what?
15?
I'm Alan. I'm trying to post the show. Hold on. I don't know where it is.
15.
Over here. 50. I know, but I'm on the wrong tab. The U.S. economy grew at. Oh man, you put this far into the show. This
Yeah.
honestly could have been the #1 headline
It could have, yeah.
because this broke. You sent me this on Friday, right?
Yeah, I like to put econs. I have a
I know. This
structure
is
of
where
how I
it
do the
fits.
show.
You're totally right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
So this is probably outside of the fact that we went to war and that there was a deposition where a guy was like, "Yeah, the Epstein estate was paying off Epstein victims, and the president, the DOJ was covering for the fact the president was like highly implicated in the Epstein files." Other than that, this is the biggest news.
Other than that, yes.
The U.S. economy grew at a 0.7% annualized rate in Q4 2025. This is according to a large downward GDP revision. So the prior report of Q4 was that it was 1.4% growth, right? Mm-hmm. And then they were like, just kidding, it's exactly half of that. We literally doubled it. That's not suspicious at all. They literally doubled it, and they were like, it's okay. 3 months from now, we'll tell them it was
It's
like
a half. Yeah,
that's frog.
that's crazy.
The big downward revision in GDP is a gut check. Oh, this is a quote. You can read. Can I go back to posting the show?
The big downward revision in GDP is a gut check going to this energy crunch. So talking about the war with Iran, increasing the risk of what? Stagflation.
Are you talking about that on the show recently?
Said
Finally
David
get
Russell,
credit where we're due.
global head of market strategy. Strategy? Yeah, that's Bush said that. Yeah, strategy at Trade Station. Strategery, right. So yeah, this is a massive revision. Like cutting the GDP for a quarter. It's not like a month. This is 3 months in half. Is so much. It's so much. We're not a small economy. That's a fuck ton of money. That just evaporated apparently because we looked at it again.
I don't tell me. This can't keep happening and us take like. Is this? I know this was happening under Brandon.
Sure. Not like this.
How does this keep happening?
They're saying that they got late numbers. They're saying the government shutdown impacted it. All the excuses, man. But I don't know. I don't know if I could buy that.
This is I keep coming back to the same thing, which is they get away with saying it was better than it was, and then 3 months later or 2 months later, they tell us what the reality was. Meanwhile, they get away with the first number, and then nobody really hears about the revision.
And exactly, if you're not paying attention, you would not know this. However, I do think
this is China shit.
Yeah, it is. I do think at some level there is like I don't care what you're telling me. I know what's happening in my life. Like I know what it costs.
Well, I've said that. I had a whole thing about that, right? I was like, you don't get to piss in my wallet and tell me it's raining.
Right. Speaking of which, the producer price index rose.
Speaking of piss,
rose 0.7% in February, above estimates of 0.3. So that's more than double the estimate. This is the producer price index.
PPI.
So this is the inputs, right? This is wholesale pricing. This is the inputs to what you buy. So
the things that make things cost what they cost went up by how much?
0.7% against an estimate of 0.3.
Oh, that's weird. The GDP was 0.7% for that whole quarter. This number keeps going around. I bet that number's bigger too, right? I bet they downplayed the inflation.
Seems likely at this point.
I mean, at this point, why would you trust them? Can't trust them. They're no good, dirty tricksters.
So we've already had an economy that seemed like
In this
it was
economy?
kind of stalling. The only thing that was driving the economy essentially was AI. Everything else was, coming apart at the seams. Then we start a war of choice that nobody wants, and that thing's going off the fucking rails. Energy prices are soaring. Fuck, man. I don't have any other words.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. We have a Jess segment, which Dustin is going to insert.
Oh, shit.
here. I mean, not on the fly.
I wish I wasn't so tired and drunk. Yeah. So let's just take a little bit. So for all of you who have not yet decided to join the Patreon, maybe you're thinking, well, I don't really know why I would join the Patreon. It's because we did a whole extra show and we hit it in the Patreon for the besties that keep us. I see you, twins. I see you, besties. So all y'all are keeping the show running. If you guys are thinking about being a part of the show, joining the Patreon, here's what you get. We did one more headline here with Jessica Burbank about TikToks, right? Let's jump into that.
TikTok.
Hey, welcome back to the show. Alan set aside a little headline for our friend Jessica. Alan, I think it's your turn to set up the headlines.
Yeah, when we were going through the headlines, this one seemed right up Jessica's alley. So the Trump administration will receive a $10 billion fee for brokering the TikTok sale to U.S. investors, per the Wall Street Journal. The fee will be paid by the investor group to the Treasury Department. So they've already paid $2.5 billion. They got a payment plan to do the rest. The investors...
Did you Klarna for that?
I'm not sure, yeah. The investors include the software giant Oracle, MGX, an Emirati investment firm, and Silver Lake, another investment firm, which each own about 15% of the company. So there's like 20% left for the original owner. I don't know. This seems like some sort of syndicate happening. It's strange that the Trump syndicate seems to be benefiting from this as well.
I heard an Ellison somewhere in that.
Yeah, in there too.
Absolutely. Yeah, of course. I mean, the Trump syndicate is anyone who's willing to work with him. The Saudis work with him all the time. I mean, Gaza's development plan, that has Trump written all over it. He's talking about good beachfront property. The media one's interesting, though, because I think about, like, how Ellison has used CBS since purchasing it, and how we have all of these reports that, there's a great 60 Minutes segment coming, and it's about ICE detention facilities.
Right.
I wonder if CBS is producing these. Ellison is going to Trump and saying, unless you make a deal with me on this other thing I need from the administration, I'm going to run this segment. And it's like his way of using his media control to curry other economic favors from the administration. And so I think that Trump respects that kind of power.
He does.
He does, yeah.
Like gangster recognize gangster on that, right? Like he would be a fool not to, right? Like you're asking that hypothetically because, like, why would he have that power and have someone he could use it on that would actually, like, because all the people that Trump he respects Sheinbaum in Mexico because she stood up to him, right? He doesn't like Carney, but he likes that Carney went up in front of the UN or wherever he was and talked shit about how I mean, do you think Trump has a problem that Mark Carney went up and said that the old system's over and we're under Trump's new American system? I mean, we all hate that idea of it, but Trump's probably like, that sounds like he just described that I'm doing my thing. Like he respects people that stand up to him in a 100%. Way that, yeah. Huh.
Oh,
He'd
he
be a
likes
fool not
that.
to.
Oh, yeah. I think him working with Ellison would just be a sign of that respect.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
$10
billion
Ellison's,
fee for
like,
this.
effective blackmail, maybe.
Right, but I don't think Trump really has a problem with it. He's like, well, I blackmail people. This is the way
that's
I
how
would
we
do
do
it.
business.
We both get what we want from this.
Just
I scratch your back, we
doing
scratch.
business, Dustin.
I have a sign for that.
It is.
That's true. I forgot the possible answer of both. It's both.
Yeah,
Right.
It is
Why not
bizarre
Zoidberg?
that they're paying the federal government $10 billion. Like
That's the part for me. Is there's every fucking time there's one of these things, it's like, oh, and also like there's a no, they're not paying they're paying the Trump administration, right?
They're paying.
So does he have a way of putting this into his jet that he takes when he leaves?
They're paying it to the
Like,
Treasury Department directly. So I guess that goes on.
I
balance
trust
sheet.
Scott Bessent to make sure.
Oh,
that
I'm
this
sure it's
is
gonna be
all
fine.
on the up and up. Yeah.
I'm sure it's gonna
Yeah.
be fine.
Yep. And he's doing a great job managing the money coming in from the Venezuelan oil. Absolutely. It's all entirely above board.
And our
Did you see that video
ridiculous.
Did you see that video with Bessent the other day where they were talking about how they released the sanctions on Russian oil And they're like, that's only a certain, like, that's a day's worth of oil. And he's like, that's the wrong way to frame this. It's like, no, the wrong way to frame, the way to frame this is you're letting Russia profit off of this while we're supporting a country we're ostensibly supporting a country they're at war with. But you're talking about framing and talking about bickering over whether it's a day's worth of oil or not. That fucking guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I love how fast things are changing. And usually they can change the narrative at speed. And things are happening so fast that they're like, it's war. It's not war. The Dow is up. It doesn't matter if it's down, and it doesn't matter if people die. Right. No one's going to die. Actually, people died and more will. It's just no consistency.
And then we
too
wonder why
fast.
there's just nihilism, taking over and people checking out of politics saying it doesn't matter who you vote for, right?
Yeah, I think this is an article by Stephen Kinzer a while ago, but he talks about Russia and the sanctioning of Russian oil and just general economic sanctions on Russia. And I fear we're going to end up doing the same thing with Iran and China now. But Russia used to import all of their cheese from Europe. When the economic sanctions hit, the cheese making industry in Russia took off. And people in Russia have said, try our cheese now. I don't want the cheese from Europe. What delicious cheese we have. The sanctions have made us more powerful and more self-sufficient. And I think that's a story we don't tell enough when it comes to economic sanctions.
That's kind of a mind-blowing story.
My mind's just been blown by Russian cheese. But I've read some very boring books about sanctions to try to understand the system that we're in. And I'm always leave being like, well, it sounds like a lot of nothing happened, but we sort of changed the way we deal with other countries. And then, people suffer. Don't forget about the people suffering.
Don't forget about that. Yeah, that's important. Yeah. It's important.
All right, well, let's get on to our next headline.
And if you like that, you can get way more of us talking to Jessica on the Patreon episode we just did with her. It was a great episode, a lot of fun, great interview.
That was really fun. Yeah.
It was really good. All right.
It was also 5 hours ago. I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
Let's get into other news before.
Your boy's tired, Alan.
Before Dustin goes into a coma here. Army general left classified maps on train.
This is so funny.
Concussed after overindulgence in alcohol. So
the overindulgence in alcohol, not on alcohol, I just thought was notable, right?
Yeah.
The way it was worded, it took me a little bit.
You ever heard of cha-cha? I hadn't heard of cha-cha.
The cha-cha slide?
No, it's an alcoholic beverage that's 40 to 50% alcohol.
Cha-cha now.
Cha-cha now. You would definitely probably do the dance after that. So apparently he was overserved cha-cha.
On the train?
No, in Ukraine. He visited Ukraine and then he went back.
Wait, the train to Ukraine has cha-cha goes to
No,
the
he went
rain?
to a dinner in Ukraine wherein he was served cha-cha.
And then he got on the train with his maps.
Yeah.
What are the maps? Secret maps?
Unclear. They're just classified maps.
Classified maps?
Classified maps.
What does that mean?
Well, they probably had military installations or where troop positions were or these kind of things. After the dinner, 2 witnesses reported seeing Aguto, that's the general's name, fall and hit the back of his head on the wall. Sometime later that night or in the early morning, Aguto fell again and hit his forehead, according to
This is all
report.
before he got on the train?
This is after the dinner in Ukraine, before he goes back, right?
Okay. Okay.
A preponderance of the evidence established that Agudo suffered a moderate to severe concussion caused by head injuries from at least one, if not all 3, falls in the late evening of May 13th. So there was another one. There's a
What
third
is this,
fall.
fucking Joe Biden?
It's a third fall. After he got back, he was still so drunk he fell again, and he ripped his jacket and hit his head on the floor again. And
shouldn't be so funny.
during this time period, the maps were unaccounted for. My dog is going nuts.
I know, it's fine.
So
remember that whole theory you had where as long as you're talking, your dog
I
doesn't
know,
get
not
upset?
working. Yeah.
Not today, no.
He testified saying well, my boss, I can't remember the level, whatever the sergeant or whatever. Sergeant, whatever. He's like, my boss had told me that I was allowed to drink alcohol. So I figured.
I mean, in some cases you need to, otherwise
Right.
it'd be rude, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be uncultural. So he said, I was told I was allowed to drink, and so I did.
Just a few small beers.
Just a few small beers. And so he's now retired. Maybe whether or not these things are related is unknown. But yeah. This was in 2024, by the way. This wasn't
Oh,
under.
wow.
Yeah.
That was a whole president ago.
A whole president ago. Okay. I have a couple more. We'll get to media diet and we'll get out of here. So I added these two because I thought they were interesting. National Academy of Sciences refuses to remove climate change chapter. So the National Academy of Sciences produces so when judges have to deal with like climate or science related things that is not their specialty, right? The National Academy of Sciences provides like a workbook essentially for them to refer to when they're dealing with these cases. So that way the judge is like, I don't know shit about this, but I can go use this reference and then I can understand what I'm dealing with. Like these companies, what they're asking for, what this stuff means, right? So the National Academy of Sciences produces this, and then the DOJ publishes it under the DOJ's, right? And so a bunch of red state attorneys general sent letters or a letter to the DOJ saying, hey, there's some climate change stuff in there. All this climate change bullshit, you got to get that out of there. And so DOJ is like, you are absolutely right. That's fucking bullshit. That's not a real thing. We're taking that out. Okay. So then these AGs got all uppity and they're like, well, the DOJ did it. We can probably send the same letter to the National Academy of Sciences and tell them to take it out of their book. Okay. So they sent an 11-page letter to the National Academy of Sciences saying, we need you to take this climate change bullshit out of your report or your reference book, right? And the National Academy of Sciences, I think, took a couple of weeks to respond. And they responded to this 11-page letter with a paragraph saying, absolutely the fuck not. We are not going to do that.
Wow.
Which I think that's very funny.
I agree.
Fun. Yeah.
You know what? I'm really glad I'm glad you kept that in.
Yeah, that was fun. All right. CISA. So if you remember CISA, Christopher Wray was sort of...
CISA was a good thing that like Trump was all for. Like he created it, right?
Yes, Trump
in the
created
first term.
CISA.
Yeah.
And then when CISA said, no, the election was real under Christopher Wray, I believe was his name.
Christopher Wray was FBI. This is a different guy.
Different guy, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
He was like, no, the election results were absolutely correct. Then Trump no like CISA anymore, right? And so in his second administration, CISA has essentially been gutted.
CISA is like what? It's
Internet Security Administration. Okay. Yeah. And so they've been gutted. All of their, especially the like election security department.
Sure, because that's the part that he's real upset about. Wasn't this the one where they put that guy in charge that had to get into a polygraph? And then,
I think it was.
Yeah, and then like he started using like the consumer chat GPT on his. He was like
putting
uploading
classified information.
Yeah. I think that was him.
Yeah. So now
he failed a polygraph, and then they fired everybody that insisted he have to take it. That's what it was.
So now all the states who are charged with running the elections, who used to rely on CISA for how do we make sure this is secure, they no longer have that as a resource. And so states are very concerned.
Is there something else that can back
They're
that
on their
up?
own. They're on their own.
So like if you live in a good state that's competent, maybe they get a good backup. But if you're in like Tennessee,
maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Certainly better than Missouri. Certainly better than
you could certainly see this as a way you create the problem and then you blame the problem on the solution is
Alex
now we need to nationalize elections. Now all these places I lost in are clearly fraudulent. Now I got to seize ballot boxes. Now like all of that's comes from this, right? You can see that.
Right. Yeah. You're telling me there isn't fraud. Well, let me create a fraud rich environment.
Right.
Yeah. If you want frogs, I can give you tadpoles. All right. I'm out. What have you been watching, buddy?
All right. So I finished Hijack season 2.
You finished it. This is the train version. First it was planes. Now he's on trains.
Okay. So I watched the first episode of it after finishing the first season, and I got the impression that this was simply the same show, just a different environment.
Train edition.
that was not the case at all. Very much not the case.
Really?
Yeah. What you think happened in the first season is not what happened.
Wait, they update the first season?
Well,
They add to it?
who you think is the villain is not.
Well, that was like every episode towards the end was jumping
No,
around,
but you think at the end, like you're like, okay, I know who the villain is.
Yeah, I think I did.
It
Whoever it was, it wasn't that poor woman.
that
who managed
poor
to have
woman.
a change of heart at the end.
Dude, it's really good. It is.
Is it still 24?
Yeah, I think so.
I love
yeah.
that. I love that. It needs to twist every episode, otherwise it's not 24.
Yeah, it does. It does. And I'm starting to get a feel. Like I feel like if you showed me an Apple TV original without telling me it was from Apple TV, I would know. They have a certain
identify
style.
their studio. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the same as, all the other Apple TV shows. They have a certain style to them. But I like it. It's fun. It was a good show.
I will recommend you stay away from Palm Royale. It was a fun show to watch with my wife, especially season 1.
Okay.
If you like 60s mid-century stuff, it's like a very pretty, it looks nice on the screen. And then season 2 just got worse and worse every episode. And then they decided to cancel it. And I'm like, good job. Good job. It was good enough. I'm so glad it was done. But it was pretty. I liked it. I liked looking at it, but I didn't like having to pay attention, if that makes sense. So speaking of season 2 of things, so Alan told me to start watching Nightman. I watched Nightman season 1. I've been talking about that here. That's Loki and Dr. House.
Right.
Loki's a spy and Dr. House is a bad guy. And Loki plays the Nightman, who partners with the British. He's a British spy.
Night Manager, just to be clear. Yeah.
I'm saving time.
Okay.
And season 2, so at the end of season 1, things get resolved, and that was in 2016. And it's in a way where you're like, well, they kind of seem to have but no, they got resolved. And at the beginning of season 2, they confirmed that yes, in fact, season 1 was resolved. And I will not spoil anything. So this was literally 10 years later, because it came out, maybe just 9 years later, because I think it came out last year, right?
Right.
Nightman season 2. This is on Amazon Prime. And,
yes.
Yeah. And I didn't like this season.
You didn't?
I didn't like this season. I thought it was fine. I thought that the twists were good for this type of show. I didn't think it held up to the prior season. There was a lot of
Kiss
that seemed unnecessary and almost. I was told that under this administration we weren't going to see that no more. Now I don't have a problem with it. It just felt like when that scene took place, we're like, is that happening? Oh, okay. Well, sure. Felt weird. Felt forced.
She was pretty hot, though.
Well, there was other people involved in that.
Oh, yeah.
Did you think I was just talking about her?
Oh, okay.
Because that was the part that I was saying felt a little forced.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, but and it was fine. I don't know. Not that there's anything wrong with that, Alan. But it just felt out of place, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, okay, I understand.
You're in deep cover. I guess you got to pretend. But then it was not really addressed again until people wanted to insult that person later on, and I don't know. They created that and then didn't really use it, and in the way that they did. And then I will say, if you don't want a huge spoiler, I'm not going to get that specific. If you don't want a huge spoiler, I will not take a long time to say this, and I'll give you enough time to get the skip button. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They end this season in that way where it's like, well, now they're in the worst. The first one ended like everything's good. This one ended like everything's bad. And I didn't like the way it ended. I don't like the way it felt, the way it ended. Everything's bad. Great. Let's give people the time to catch up. I don't know how long it took me. So yeah, I didn't care for that.
Didn't like the vibes. Okay.
Not his vibes, just storytelling wise. They're just okay, well, so I guess there better be a third season.
I think
and now I have to fucking wait for that. Well, it was 10 years between the last ones.
There were reasons for that, though. I explained on the show previously.
What?
Jean Le Carre, the author, didn't want there to be.
He wrote the original one in the 90s.
Yeah. Right, but he didn't want they didn't want another season, and then finally he's dead now. But the
No,
estate,
he's dead. We can do a shitty second season.
the estate was like, okay, go ahead. That's why that happened.
Well, you know what, Alan? I think it's evident. I'll watch the third one. Did I tell you I finished that MacGyver show? I'll give you the Hotel Costiera, the one on Amazon. Fucking great, man. We watched all, I think it's 6 or 8 episodes. It got better as it went on. I really like that show. I like the main character. I like his little crew of. I texted you the next day. I couldn't remember the black guy, the helicopter pilot in Magnum PI. It was TC.
It was
TC Higgins and Magnum. Ooh, that was close. Almost forgot.
Dude, I've been watching Calling from Accounts too, and I love it. It's so
Isn't it
good.
great? Isn't it great? Yeah. And I think they may, I don't know if they're doing a third season or not, but there was like 2 or 3 years in between the first and second season. So that one, I think that second season came out a couple of years ago. There's a good chance there's still a third. I hope there's a third.
Nice.
It's not like it's a big ensemble cast. Like they can
be pretty low budget, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calling from Accounts is great. If you have Paramount, it's chances are that's been off your radar. You're gonna like it. And I really like Hotel Costiera. It's not just a pretty view of the Amalfi Coast. It is good. If you liked MacGyver, well, sure, MacGyver. But if you like MacGyver and Magnum style shows, you're not going to get the way they used to make them. This is the closest you're going to get to that. It's a fun little, dude, watch an episode and come back to me and tell me what you think, okay? Like it is that same feeling of like, all right, we got a little problem to solve for one episode. We got our team of dudes that are going to do this and a lady.
A lot of open shirts, a lot of
open shirts. It's Italian, you know.
Yeah.
And then a lot of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's great. I really like it.
Nice.
I had a news story that I heard about today that inspired me to make a top 10 list.
Okay. Like Letterman style?
Letterman style top 10 list.
Okay. All right.
So here's the news that inspired it. So PDFs might be going out of fashion because we are so dependent on AI. And the AI LLMs can't read PDFs. So PDFs and your boomer uncle, what do they have in common? They need help opening a PDF.
Because regular text is like, there's like a code for each letter or character.
Was semantics? Was that the word? They have trouble with semantics?
They use OCR, optical character recognition, to try and read PDFs, which is basically they're trying to figure out what the symbol means, right? If it looks like a C,
this is like CAPTCHA, right? Like I got to get on there and answer the question,
right? Versus like regular text, like if
isn't that
AI,
true? Like CAPTCHA was training the robot that like when you were answering all those riddles, you were actually telling the robot you were translating bad scans of text.
Yeah, somewhat. But so like if you put this Google document into AI, it knows what those characters are because it's code, right? But a PDF is just it's more like a picture, right? It's more like a JPEG.
Yeah.
And so it has to actually determine what the character looks like.
Yes, which is why there were so many weird artifacts in the posting of the Epstein files because it was like a 1 instead of like whatever that would have been. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yes. Okay. Well, anyways, Alan, I have a top 10 list of things that boomers and AI have in common.
Oh, okay. All right.
Both of them will look you dead in the eye and tell you exactly how something works, even when they're 100% hallucinating about the fact.
Sounds right. Yeah. Okay. It's a good number one.
One will tell you that their training data ends in September 2021, and the other one will say that music ended the day the Beatles broke up, which is kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Now, if you remember David Letterman's top 10 list, most of them were not funny. So I feel like I'm keeping the spirit alive, Alan.
Nice.
I'm okay with like the last couple, okay? Both are strangely obsessed with the correct way to format a formal letter. Yeah?
Okay. Yes.
You can ask either of them a simple yes or no question, and then 5 minutes later, you'll be sitting in a lecture about, it's like, Jesus Christ, like, do you have to, like, and it's like, no matter what, they always preface you with this long-winded thing. Like, I'll give all the questions for that interview, for example, and I'll be like, hey, can you organize these so that all the thoughts are kind of together? And they're like, wonderful. Here's a headline. Instead of just putting the questions, I'll put a title for each question. It's like, what the fuck is this? Like, just
also, do you want me to do this? How about I do this for that?
How about you just do the fucking question I asked?
Right.
Robot. I don't know what number we're on. Both spend 18 hours a day on Facebook interacting with AI slop.
Sounds right.
No, that's how they learn. That's how they learn. Should have wrote that down. Damn it. They both have slightly aggressive ways of using capitalization that makes you feel like you're being yelled at by a toaster.
Not a sexy one either.
Toaster. Not a sexy toaster. Yeah. Shout out to Toaster. We were comparing coffee recently, which I wish I had more coffee, but I got.
You know, when I heard the CO sound, I was not thinking coffee.
Now you're. The man likes what the man likes. What can I say? And if he was demanding from you, I mean, I don't know. I'd be scared. I'd be like, oh.
Yeah. Better.
Yeah. It's very authoritative. Am I wrong? Don't you feel like you could be not persuaded? You could be
coerced,
compelled. You could be compelled into gay sex with Toaster. Not in a rapey way. Not in a rapey. No. Well, did kind of sound that way, didn't it? I take it back. It's good friend. This is how we talk about our friends. And then all of a sudden they don't talk to us. You know, Christina,
the strange phenomenon.
Bitch.
Jesus.
I just happened to listen to your show because we hung out. I was like, I'm sure you just happened to listen on them. Meanwhile, I go on here and slander my fucking sister, and she's just like, this pops, you know?
Yeah.
I called Mima. Well, maybe he hasn't listened to it. We're still friends, though. Remember
Mima's
that most recent show? Mima's cool. He gets it.
Yeah, he gets it.
He really liked the show. Get it. Fucking Christina. She just acted like we weren't there. We saw her at that bar. We're like, hey, it's been a long time since we see you. And she's like, what are you, a child? Like, look at me in the face and be like, hey, we're not friends. I don't want to talk to you. Like, that's what I'd do. All right. Whatever. Toaster, yelling at a toaster. Between both of them have a style that feels almost human, but not quite. The Boomers with their new
Uncanny Valley, one might say.
Uncanny Valley, yes. Both are being obsolete. Both are facing obsolescence and being replaced by faster, cheaper models. Maybe ones that actually know their notifications. That's terrifying about the AI. Not notifications, limitations. Both will confidently give you directions to a business that was closed in 2014.
That's true.
That's a good one, right?
That's a good one, yes.
Okay. Both will completely forget what they said 2 minutes ago and force you to restart the entire conversation from scratch. That one's just sad. That is just sad. Okay. All right. I don't have anything else, Alan, and I'm really looking forward to saying this next sentence. Anyway, if you'd like to support this fine program, head on over to nuntaken.horse, and we will be back next week with some more dumb bullshit.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Have fun storming the castle.
Jeeves, bring me the battery acid.
It's not for women.
When a guy's banging you,
Y'all let me in his damn house.
oh, how about that?
Come in the name of peace.
LMFAO. So what in the world is this?
Trump's pee-pee.
Why would you say something that stupid?
I come without explanations or solutions.
I'm a very sexy lady, cat turd. I will not suffer this harlot.
How great! An anti-American Marxist.
Ted Cruz, go fuck yourself.
Read the news.
China is asshole.
God bless the United States.
Now this is podcasting.
Drive safe, buddy.
Cheers. That was fun.
Magadelinda est.